Hey guys. Okay, so I paused the video, but it stopped. So I'm thinking this is going to be video 2 of the first eco printing video. So in the first video, I will link to this one so you can see the results. We've been going for, I think, 2 hours and 10 minutes. And it's time to take a look at our eco prints. So let me, here we go. Okay, so this is our water. I'm going to use this glove to get in there. I usually use, you can use tools, but I just find it's really hard to work with tools. Easier to work with my hands. And I'm going to get this out of the way. So I just pulled it out of here. And I'm going to put this old dirty towel down just so we can not make a mess of our workstation. This is going to be pretty hot. I find that working with these kind of immediately is the best way. I know a lot of people kind of let them drain. That doesn't work for me. Things start to dry and stick to the paper. And I struggle to get that off. So that's why, I just use the glove, just get them off. Put these aside, okay? And we're going to lift this first one. Oh my gosh, we already have such amazing results. Okay, and what I do is I just kind of pull them off one by one. Okay. Carefully, because they're hot. And I'm just going to set them back here. And then I'll go through each one. I don't want them to stick, because if they stick, it's going to tear the paper. So I'm just using my gentle fingers, right? Okay. Okay. Got that one. Okay. This one. And I think this is our top page. Okay. So this is how I do these, is I get a basin of water, and let me get my, well, I'll just throw the leaves. Here, hold on. Sorry, guys. Just get a container to put my debris in. You know what? We'll use a measuring cup. Okay. So I pop the tile right down in there, and I just start removing the leaves. So we're just going to take them off. And this is just the way that works for me for getting everything off without tearing the paper. It's just my way. You may come up with a better way that works for you. And I use an old paintbrush, and I get it wet, and I just start brushing any excess off. Okay, so there's this one. And we're going to pull this one up, and we'll lay this one here to dry. And let's go ahead and get all this off. And I'll separate that later. Let's get, this was that autumn olive that I told you last time didn't do as well. So I've got some little debris here. So I'm just using my paintbrush, because I honestly find if it dries on there, I can't get it off. Wow, that's gorgeous. Okay. Keep in mind when these dry, obviously they won't be as dark, but so there's that one. Hold on. Is that almost too much light now? Here, let's try that. There we go. Okay, so there's that one. And the plate helped me kind of start moving my paper around without too much. Oh, it for some reason, it just gives me less of a reason to tear it. Oh, wow, this one's going to be really pretty. Okay, these flowers like to stick the most. So Okay. Let's get these off. Okay. And when I'm stacking a lot, sometimes I like to keep the stems on off to the side just because it's easy to pull these pieces off. Come on, little guy. That one's really on there. Do not want to tear the paper. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Yay. Okay. Oh my God. I think I'm in love with this one. Ooh. Okay. So that is the Cosmo with, what's that? Hold on. I've got a tulip poplar leaf there. And I'm pretty sure these were the maples. Yeah, that was the maple. Okay. Should have looked at it before I pulled them off. It's easier to identify leaves. Okay, so we're going to move this one back. Ooh, I don't overlap them until they're dried. Let's get this one on. Okay. And there's my plastic. That's definitely a maple. Tulip poplar here and a maple here. And let's get this Cosmo off. Nice. Wow, that's just so dramatic. Now, I find Cosmos die so quick. So if I was just doing Cosmos, I would only boil it for like 15 minutes. And if, well, we'll talk about the rest later. Okay, don't confuse people. Okay, so we've got the maple, the tulip poplar, our Cosmos sulphureus, and another maple. Let me just get that off. And we'll get a closer look at these in just a minute. I've got two here. Let's see. Gentle, gentle fingers are the key to not tearing your paper. Just take your time. Okay, we'll put this one aside for a sec. So we've got this one. There's a maple. These are those, ooh, okay. We got more, but not as much. Okay, so that's interesting. These are those autumn olives that I said, you know, they eco-printed so well when they first came in, the little baby ones. And I'm not getting the same eco-print now that we're later in the season. So that's just, those are things that I just note. So like next spring, I'll make a note on my calendar to go, okay, collect these early and prepare them, store them. And that way you'll have them all year round because I'm just finding a big difference. And next year, I'll try it again at 2 different levels. So there is a little of our autumn olive, our Cosmos, and our maple. And that's just going to, you know, over time, you really develop a really good understanding of how your particular plants work. Was it this side or? I thought I put the plastic in between to protect these. What did I do to think on that? Okay. So I love just doing a few of the flower petals because I think we get this really lovely okay, little piece of plastic there. Wow, okay. You know what's funny though? I don't see, well, I see tiny amounts of our Coreopsis, which Coreopsis usually gives me a really strong print. In fact, let me see, do I have any? Let's see. Those are Cosmos. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This is usually my coreopsis. Here is coreopsis, and these are the cosmos. So there's usually a pretty distinct difference. I'm a little surprised that I didn't get as much, but like I said, you can sort of learn what works and what doesn't, and then just be open to the adventure. That's what I do, because trying to duplicate and get the exact same result could drive you a little crazy. You can get kind of a general idea. Okay, so let's move the ugly cloth. You know what? Okay, we're gonna move this one out of the way. And let's see, can we do this without totally... Yeah, I think we can. Pull this one out because it's a little more basic. So these are our eco-printed index cards. I can see that this is the autumn olive. We got a little more here. We got the cosmos here. Some more Cosmo. This is the one where we just did some of the petals. This is the maple. And we even got those veins in there. You can see them. And that Cosmo was just stunning. Look at that variation. Can you believe that? And then this tulip poplar. So amazing to me. It's like Christmas. I mean, and I've been doing this for a while, and I still can't get over how excited I get. So we got our maple here, a maple here, a Cosmos sulphureus, and a tulip poplar. So we're getting a little less color on those again but then this one is a tulip poplar, and I got a great print. And there's our Cosmo. I can see, so I believe this was the birch. Yeah, it was the birch. I can see it. And we didn't get as much. And then this is our, and right here, see, I can see a hint of that bright yellow. I can see a hint of my coreopsis. But, you know, I'm going to do an all flower one next. And that'll give us a really good idea, because we'll do one in all coreopsis and one in all Cosmo. And I think that'll help you kind of see the difference. So this is the first eco printing, and this is simple enough. Anybody can do it. Very few supplies. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it gave you the confidence just to get your feet wet and play, you know, and you're going to get to know kind of the plants in your area. One last word on just sort of ethical harvesting. You know, when you go for a walk, when you're in the woods, whatever, you know, you can pick a couple things, but don't go crazy. Don't take it all. Try and get maybe the leaves that have fallen down below the tree. I'm lucky that all of these trees and flowers and everything are on my property. And I always leave some. You wouldn't believe the amount of pollinators I get on the farm. I mean, we've done an amazing job. We do a lot of native North Carolina, and we did a bunch of milkweed to bring back the monarchs. So we've been really interested in these types of things. So I plant enough that I have some to harvest and some to leave for the pollinators, and some to collect seeds for next year's. But just be ethical, do the right thing. But also, you know, ask your friends and neighbors. One of my really good friends has a coral maple on her property. And when she prunes it, I go and collect the leaves. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And if you would like to see more on the eco printing, or just my general channel, which does kind of all things botanical with paper, hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you all have another video next Friday.